So, a little over a week ago, I sent out a community post simply asking, out of all three of the open worlds in Warframe, which is your favorite and why? And dear God, did I get so many replies. At the time of recording this video, it has 220 comments and 9.3 thousand votes. So, you guys have definitely made your voices heard. What is the favorite open world? Number one is Cetus/Plains of Eidolon. So it seems that everyone likes Plains of Eidolon the most out of the other three by far. Plains of Eidolon has a 58% in the poll, so definitely over half of the people actually like Plains of Eidolon the most. There are so many reasons why this could be. It's definitely, I think, a big reason is because it is the first open world, and it without a doubt had the most hype and excitement all around it because, hey, it was the first of its kind, it had the most fun, most time put into it, and then the other two probably just seem like Plains of Eidolon 2 Electric Boogaloo. So it's definitely the favorite by far. To be fair, there is a lot to do in Plains of Eidolon. You have Eidolons themselves, which a lot of people love to farm, so I would assume that's a massive reason a lot of people really do like Plains of Eidolons. Then you also have just the roaming Tusk Thumpers, you know, they're around. You have bounties, you have ghoul bounties. There are events that run just around Cetus, like the ghoul bounties, just occasionally here and there. It's a pretty cool area all in all. It's a pretty large area all in all, and there is a lot of mining and fishing you can do. But of course, people probably get annoyed with the mining and fishing because they get bothered all the time by the enemy NPCs trying to kill you. So, I mean, that is what it is. So, Plains of Eidolon without a doubt is the favorite. I would mainly, without a doubt, say it's because it's the first and Eidolon. So let me know exactly what you think on that, but I'm sticking to my guns. It was the first of its kind. The first of its kind always gets the most hype. And if I recall correctly, this release was around the biggest Warframe has ever been, at least using Steam chart player metrics, I believe. I could be a little off on that, but hey, close enough. From there, in second place, we have Cambion Drift/Deimos, of course. So Cambion Drift/Deimos came out, well, recently for sure. It is the most recent open world, came out, what, like a year ago? Half a year ago? I can't actually remember dates, as the last couple of years have blended literally everything into just the same blob of existence. So it came out a year or two ago, and it's been, you know, a pretty good experience all around. It had the release of a Necromex. It was the first infected open world. They made it a little bit smaller than the other two open worlds just to compact it. It was a generally darker, more interesting atmosphere, especially with Boss and Vom, I think is their names, just killing each other every now and then. You have the Necromech vaults, the ISO vaults, and it definitely did have a decent amount of activities to do with the little resource pylons that were thrown around that you could farm up a lot of resources doing. So it had a lot of variety in my mind, and it is my personal favorite, you know, Cambion Drift and Deimos. I can see why Plains of Eidolon is a lot of people's favorite, but yeah, Cambion Drift is definitely my favorite, at least for now. It can always change, who knows what updates will bring, and who knows when another open world might come out. Like, the thing that's nice about Cambion Drift is now that it's fully released, they fixed up all the kinks. ISO vaults aren't really too bad. I find them a pretty enjoyable experience. I myself ran the hell out of them when they first came out, so I'm probably not going to be running them a ton these days, but I do enjoy it all in all. I like the experience that Deimos brought. I like the dark, infected atmosphere. It's kind of like a spooky horror type hero quest atmosphere, and I love that shit. So Deimos is just kind of, it's my shit, man. Okay, like gothic, emo, depressive type, spooky, atmospheric. I love it all. So Cambion Drift is without a doubt my favorite. I like the characters too, the whole family being just a fucked up family full of just sociopathic crazies. Yeah, no, that's pretty enjoyable. It's, they're definitely a little crazy, okay, maybe not sociopathic, but I like the general dynamic. I like the fact that you can just collect a bunch of coins if you want to just do Deimos for a day or two, so I like the general systems, and all in all, I don't really have too much to complain about Deimos, other than some of the drop rates are absolute, like, kind of bullshit, and you're gonna have to farm way too long for way little payout. But that's kind of just how it goes with Warframe and most looter shooters in general, right? You farm up most things quickly, but then there's the niche amount of things that take a long time because you need players to keep on playing and all that stuff. So I like Deimos, I like the Cambion Drift, still my favorite without a doubt. Maybe it's not yours, but hey, it comes in second place with 27% of people liking Cambion Drift / Deimos the most, out of, again, 9,300 votes. Last but certainly least, we have Orb Valis / Fortuna. So it seems like everyone kind of fucking hates Orb Valis and Fortuna, and I completely see why. Holy shit. Orb Valis and Fortuna, it's like they saw what they did with Plains of Eidolon and they thought they'd just copy-paste it over and just make it even worse. So I'm gonna rag on Orb Valis for the most part, but I'll also talk about what's good with it because it definitely has some fun parts in my mind. But first off, okay, Vent Kids and K-Drives, absolute dog shit. Nobody likes them. Everybody hates that crap for the most part. Obviously, there's people who like doing that, but the fact that that's an MR thing and it's a faction and nobody levels up Vent Kid standing, okay? Like, literally nobody cares. It's one of the worst things that they've brought to the game. Waste of time. They just put development time into just fucking off and doing nothing. So I can see why people may be a little pissed about Orb Valis. K-Drive is objectively the least liked thing in any of the open worlds, purely by like metric standpoints of achievement, right? I think it was less people have done K-Drive max standing or Vent Kids max standing than, what was it, like have Excal Prime or like finish the final story quest, some crap like that. I don't know. If you remember the post that I'm referring to, feel free to let me know, but nobody completes Vent Kid standing. It is what it is. It's the most hated part of that area without a doubt. Ticker's good, Ticker's pretty hype, resources for debt bonds makes sense. The debt bond drop rate on the quest, absolute dog shit. Farming for the debt bonds to level up your standing, absolute dog shit. People hate it to my knowledge. Like I'm a YouTuber, I have the comments, I have so much comments, okay? I read so many things in a day. I made videos on collecting those debt bonds. Well aware how many people fucking hate collecting them because of how bad the drop rate is and how minimal it is, but you need to do it for standing, and Ticker almost never gives you the high tier debt bonds, which is kind of a pain. But all in all, fishing is good on Orb Valis, mining's good, it's whatever, like it's all in all good enough, it's what it is in the other areas, right? So that's fine, but they did the thing where they made hunting, conservation, call it what you will, in Orb Valis. Absolutely aids in the fact that there are no free spawning hunting targets. You have to do the whole find the dung, follow the footsteps, call out using the horn. They'll spawn up. Hopefully you're using Avara. If not, enemies might shoot and scare them off because fuck you, Warframe. So yeah, no, Orb Valis, without a doubt, I can see why it's everyone's least favorite. Personally, also, my least favorite. I don't know if you guys can tell. I may sound a little more annoyed about talking about this one than the other ones, just because I fucking hate Orb Valis. I do like, not really the bounties themselves, because those are whatever, but I do like all of the bosses that it entails. Is it the, oh god, I can't even remember the proper names of the boss, but yeah, definitely Profit Taker, 10 out of 10. What is it? The Orb Weaver, the other Exploiter Orb, that's the word. God, sorry, words are hard. That's a fun boss. Like, I like the bosses that are in Orb Valis, but that's honestly about it. I'm okay, and I think the, like, winter look is actually pretty cool and hype and all that, but that's, it's a cool aesthetic. And I like the characters and the general, you know, we all work together, Fortuna type, we all live together thing that's going on. I like the atmosphere of the people, but it's just, I mean, if you don't want to play the open world stuff and you don't want to do any of the stuff other than the bosses that you unlock endgame, it's like, well, fuck. That kind of sucks when 90% of it is grinding up to those bosses, right? So I can definitely see why Orbalis is everyone's least favorite. It has, what, kit guns, MOAs, and goddamn vent kids. So none of that people really give a shit about other than maybe kit guns, but MOAs are pretty low tier in everyone's mind to my knowledge. Vent kids is absolutely dog in everyone's mind, purely based on the stats. And hey, kit guns are cool, so let me know what you guys think. That is at least generally what I think, what I've seen the community look like they think. So let me know your personal opinion. Of course, it's fine, whatever you like. It's a game, guys. Just be happy. It's a cool game. You might not agree with someone's opinion. You might disagree, and that's fine. At the end of the day, just do what makes you happy. Warframe's a game, okay? Play it because you like it, not because you feel like you have some obligation. So thank you guys for watching. If you like it, I'd appreciate it if you were to subscribe, like, favorite, you know, do all the YouTube things. Tell me what your favorite and why is down below. And if you didn't comment on the poll, yeah, that's fine, because, like, let's be real, I have no idea how those push out. So thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.